Hola, peoples. I'm so high right now. So you guys are seeing a lot of different phases of me on this channel due to my just crazy personality, like just me being myself. Um yeah. So check the fro, all natural. A tip for the black gals, the gals with super curly hair that use a lot of products. It's not it. My hair is gonna soak in products. So having just hella product in my hair without a lot of water is pointless. Literally. Well, you know what? I'm proud of my hair today because it didn't sink soak up the water. I'm trying to shape it. The good thing about having 4C, 4B ish hair is the fact that I can style it and it'll get to the shape with no product. It's just what the hair do. And that's a really cool product. And I want all my ladies that have struggled with their 4C hair to love the struggle. It is what it is. I don't like the struggle. And of course it's like a lot of work. And it is like for instance, I start wearing hair pieces again. And I have remind you guys, I was natural for a year. Or 10 months. I was natural for 10 months. So to have the hair pieces, it definitely my friend texted me. It kind of distracted me. I forgot what I was talking about. But having this hair and this products and stuff, you just want to wet it. That's kind of what I was trying to get to earlier. You just want to have a lot of water to your hair and a little bit of product, and it's going to dry up. And then depending on the product, like if you live somewhere with a lot of sun like I do, it's just going to increasingly burn your hair. But I was wearing hair pieces. I was wearing wigs. See, figured it out. And my hair did not like that. I feel like I got more dandruff and my hair started to break off more. And I still like to wear them, so I have to really put a lot more effort to go back to where my hair was. Like, I have to. My hair had a lot. My hair is not bad. I used to always put in a style. This is my first time wearing an afro in like a few months. Because I always find a style to put it in that I learned from African people on YouTube. Thank you to the African gals on YouTube. But yeah, it's you guys can see like it is I think it's 4C right now. But I had my hair where it was at 4B, right? And here's like a little length check. And also my ends are okay, but they get easily tangled and they kind of break off fast, and that's the struggle of having 4C hair. It's to keep the moisture and keep the scalp healthy, to keep your ends healthy. My ends are not the healthiest, not gonna lie, and I don't hold the retention I want to, but I have some. Because the start of my journey, my hair was probably, if I struggled like here, my hair is like armpit length. So my hair is like a pretty, and that's like not even the longest piece. So I have a long hair naturally. When I wet it and I wash it, it's like everywhere. It's like down my back. It's hydrated. It's like fuck. It's a lot of work, but this is the progression I've done by just putting water on my hair. So if you see, like, my hair is a really good length. The only problem, like I said, is the dryness, and that it doesn't, I feel like it would be longer, more healthy. It can be. It's a good length, but I feel like a lot of that length is like dead hair. Like when we get to the bottom, that's definitely a knot. So we're going to discount that, the knot, and it's still like, I'll say up here, which is a good length because it's down my back. It's literally like to the middle of my back. So I think that's a good length. Texture driving me crazy, but that's because my hair is desperate for moisture. So today we're definitely going to do a deep hair treatment. So part of your evolution journey is to know yourself. Is to know what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And to be honest, like, okay, so another inspiration, because I get inspired by a lot of things. I'm a sponge. I just soak up information. So this is my outlet when I talk to people, talk on my live. It's because that's what I need. Like, I need to talk to people 100%. And right now, we're going to just put my hair in braids while it's still a little moist, because I don't have time, you know, to go through the motions with it. So we just gonna, you know, and I'm glad, like, see the middle is still a little moist, but the top, since I live in a place that's hella sunny, it's not. But the thickness is a gift from God. It's a gift for around, and I'm happy. I'm happy that I have thick hair and it's healthy enough. It could be more healthy. I could be more healthy. You know, the part of the evolution process of humans is health, is you know, increasing the capacity of your brain. And I feel like the value of human evolution has definitely declined over time because of capitalism. So we start to forget what that actually means to evolve as humans. We think the more money you have, the more financial stability you have, and all of that is important. But, you know, when you have all of that and you still aren't happy, what is that? And you still can't find peace because you got to do some deep, you know, healing. You know what I realized just right now, and it's crazy because I'm in my bag and I'm filling in my gift, right? Is that sometimes the universe blocks you from your blessings, so you understand to appreciate things more before you get your blessing. And I feel like my life has been like that reoccurrently. Like every time I get some money, you know, I don't know the abundance I have. I'm still not that happy. You know, I didn't feel like I was accomplishing things in my life, even when I had it figured out. Like, even when I had it figured out, I still feel like I didn't have it figured out. So I was lucky. One of my gifts of suffering in life is to realize you have to be happy and use what you have, and really soak in that place and feel in the things that you have and actually appreciate the things you have. I know I keep saying that, it's the same shit, but it's so truthful. I think that's why I said it so many times. It's so honest. And I believe it definitely helps you in your journey. You know, I'm not saying you have to go to the wilderness and live like that, because I have to shower. Shit. And that's me, you know, because you know, like, I have to shower. Literally, I have a skin condition, so I have to shower. So the thing is that we get to a place where we compare ourselves. And Gary Vaynerchuk is like a really good person I've been following for a long time. I think I've been following him for at least 3 years. Like, I've been following him for a long time. And what I like what he said is, like, stop comparing yourself to all these other people, these rich people. Be happy for what you have to enhance for long-term success. And I think that a lot of people forget that's what's actually important. The success is important, don't get me wrong, but what's actually important is you having long-term happiness. Not just success. And everybody's like, well, success is different. Yeah, but let's be real. The real success in life, and while you're chasing the things you're chasing, It's because you want to become happy. Come on now. You want to alleviate the pain and you want to solve the problem with your life now. So it's not about the thing or the person, it's the happiness. And what we all fail to realize, including me, is that you are the ignition to the core of your happiness. No one else can make you happy. No one else can give you that peace. They help, they add to your life. I'm not saying people don't, but they're not the main, they're not the key factor. They're not the main character. They're not the people who actually give you the true happiness in life. And I really feel like once you really find true happiness in life, you can actually, you can actually find the person that's for you. And a person that, and I feel like this, I don't want to go into another rant or another conversation because I was. But I feel like the misconception of a lot of these, first off, I feel like I only say I'm asexual is because that's a term for it, and that's the only way I know how to describe for not liking other, not having the need to be in love with someone. I don't have that need. I don't have that. So I call it asexual. That doesn't mean that I don't want to love. That doesn't mean I don't want a man. That doesn't mean I don't want to be married. It's just mean that I am completely fine with being by myself without certain criteria. I'm not codependent. I'm not codependent. It's like I don't need the gratification from that person. I don't need those things. I know what I need in life. And that's food, that's water, that's shelter, that's house, that's self-care, that's mental health. Those are the things that I need in life. I don't freaking need nothing else but those things. Everything else is a desire. And we have to reevaluate our desires when we evolve. Everything else is a desire. Everything else is a desire. It's not a need. It's not a need. And we get wrapped up into societal quotes, societal norm, which is unnatural and very illogical if you think about it. And it's brainwashed so many people. Like, being on social media can be depressing. And there's some great parts of social media, like when I see a black community pages or explorer pages that are hilarious, I'm like, yeah, this is what makes social media fun. Everyone in the comments having fun. Yeah, everyone's laughing and making jokes and quotes from our favorite movies or people or skits or whatever. That is what makes social media social. Everything else is like a bunch of mental cases arguing with each other on the comments. That is definitely not in human nature. Like, it and a lot of, what the thing is what is human nature is to follow. What is human nature is a lot of like survival mental mechanisms or whatever. But what is not human is like how people are registered to think. Somebody else thought that for you. And because you don't have survival skills. See, the thing about I'm about to go in. I'm in my bag right now. I'm speaking some real, like, this is coming from something bigger than me. That's why it's real. Like, for real. Because I'm just going with the flow of how I feel, but it's coming to me. It's real stuff that we don't connect on a day-to-day. It's like people don't have that survival, so they really don't know how to think for themselves. So they're used to other people thinking and doing for them. So they consume those thoughts and then project them, good or bad. Good or bad. But a lot of times with subjects that are against some people's ego, mostly men, their ego it becomes a mental, like it becomes a mental cry out for help on the comments. That's not a part of our evolution, people. That's not a part of the plan. That's not a part of it. Why are you doing it? Why are you going off on people in the comments? And it's sickening because they're not only are they brainwashed, but you know what comes unnatural or it comes like an imbalance or issue as a human. It's like when you don't get these things corrected and you don't have the accountability to correct yourself, and you can constantly come up with negative perspectives and you want to project negative feelings to other people, you are the freaking problem, bro. Like a lot of times in the comments, when I'm in the comments, it's positivity, and then or it's me like wondering why people are giving this post so much negativity. That is literally what I think about when I'm in the comments. Like it's always a positive side of the scope when I'm in the comments. And a lot of people, even if it's something positive, if they're triggered by that, which is not my problem, and say crazy things, it's like, dang, y'all all like this looks like a psych ward on the internet. And it makes it hard for me to want to be a digital creator a lot because I'm not with that internet, man. Ever since I went to high school, I realized I was too real, too honest, and I can't be saying stuff because I used to just say stuff. I used to just say whatever was on my brain. No maturity. I didn't know better. Just anything I wanted to say. And it could trigger people. And then I understand, okay, I understand that. I don't want to be that person. I learned this in high school, you guys. In high school. I was like, I don't want to be that person, so I'm not going to be commenting all this negative stuff to people on their page. Or it wasn't even me commenting on people. It was me saying the craziest things on Facebook because I was just, you know, my brother would call it opinionated. I'm very outspoken. My personality could be assertive sometimes. And I learned how to smooth out the edges, you know, and don't let nobody gaslight. I know when I have edges, and don't let nobody gaslight you for being very strong about. I'm going to tell you something when I learned recently. When I start becoming myself and I start really knowing my value as a human being, and don't care what no one else has to feel. No care what nobody thinks about me and where I lie. That's none of my business. When I know who I was, I stand on my business every single time. You're not going to play with me. You're not going to do no mind games. And I am quick to block you. I am quick to leave. I am quick to be not part of the circus. I'm quick. I know I live in a circus town, but I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of the circus. I want to be part of your entertainment that is toxic to me. So a big part of evolving is also cutting out the toxicity in your life, cutting out the disappointments and the constant unassurance or uncertainty that you have with the people in your life. And I know it's hard. You know what? It is hard because you're codependent. See, as a human being, we are naturally mammals. We are independent. We're naturally animals. We're animals. We're creatures. We're very intelligent, spiritual creatures, but we are. So it is not actually natural since the beginning of time for us to be as as codependent as we are now. You get what I'm saying? So you got to break down your codependency in your life. If it's not in a healthy, like for instance, there's people in certain cultures that codependency is a healthy thing because everyone looks out for each other and puts each other to the top. That is healthy codependency. But in this country, a lot of people do not practice codependency. They practice manipulation. They practice sociopathism. And I know I'm probably made that up, but they are sociopaths. They're narcissists. They and when I and it shows me on the American social medias. It's all, especially on the male side, and also male has more of those traits. That's scientific fact. You can go look that up. Oh, and another thing, when I get big one day, and you guys with bikes, you men might would like to invite me on your channel to freaking shade the F out of you and show you and tell you the facts about being a male and the psychotic issues and why you guys got mental issues and why do you guys blame society? How you gonna blame society that you benefit from? Why you got mental issues? Well, men are not meant to cry. Men also are the most projectors and the most narcissists in the world. Men controlled the world and destroyed the world and started wars. Mostly men. I'm not saying women didn't do the same. Mostly men have shown their weaknesses mentally because they don't think of the actual bigger purpose. Their bigger purpose is usually centered around them and their own issues. Let's be real here. Stop playing. That's what I'm saying. Let me get on y'all podcast because we talking about evolution, and I mean this for both men and women. I just have to be honest about the truth because what I see on the internet is a lot of angry males. And it's concerning. It's really concerning to me. Because I am being attacked by these people with mental illnesses online that I don't know and I don't care for. I don't know from a can of paint. And I'll say something I feel like is nice. Like, women, hold your head up. Know this about being in love. Knowing when a man is in love with you. And that makes them feel so out the hinges to comment. And they don't even know that to people who are very emotionally and mentally aware, is that we see them. We see them. We see the struggle, we see the projection, we see the anger, we see the internalization, we see the issue. People with high EQ match with a high IQ. We see it for real. Externally, internally, the way you speak, how you act in certain situations, people will know. People will know. And that's another thing. We have to really figure out who we are as people. Get out the toxic energy and understand it's okay to breathe. It's okay to not going to the places with my friends and spending all that money for investment or for myself, self-care, spa, facials, hair appointments, whatever you want to spend, save, and you feel like it's going to make you a better you, save it up. Stop doing all that crazy stuff. Stop. And that's how I feel. Let me say this. This is how I feel. You do whatever you want. But it is counterintuitive if you want to evolve in life is to do things that are not directed to a higher purpose and has more value towards your goals. It's counterproductive. It makes no sense. And that's the thing. When you are a survivor, you have to be more logical and you got to think even 3-4 times ahead of the game. And your mind does run in circles at night and it's hard to sleep. It's hard for me to sleep sometimes because my mind is always going. Because I'm a logical woman. That's another thing. Is a women are like this. Women, no. No. Women that are not codependent, we are some, boy, we ain't nothing to be played with. I'll be honest. Ever since I cut off like all the codependent traits of my life and detached from people. And I wanted to do this because I didn't want people to have the power over me to make me feel ways. Because I cannot. I'm a genuine person. I feel like my soul has evolved and could even be even better down the line, but I feel like I have put in the work to be a decent human being. And a lot of people ain't even decent. A lot of y'all ain't decent human beings. And this is why this conversation is for people who are not, who are, who feel like they've made it, whatever. But evolution is never ending. Evolution, and that doesn't mean you have to be working hard and stress yourself out forever. It's just constantly evolving for yourself, because life puts you through stages. And through those stages, you have to deal with the cards that's been dealt, adjust, adapt, and start a new journey. That is what's going to keep you going towards the path you want to take. It's going to be hard. It could be time, it could be years, it could be a lot of disappointments before you get there. Before I start thinking like this, I went through a lot in life that taught me, like, oh, the mindset got to change. The core got to change. The devotion has to change. The believing in the faith cannot shake. I know it's going to be a really hard journey. And I know not everything seems clear. And sometimes things can be cloudy. But at the same time, that's all part of the journey. We get tested in life. We either rise to the occasion or we fumble the bag. We either, deal with them the best way we know how and try to find out new ways, because if your old ways are not working, it is no use to keep them. It's hindering you. It's hindering people. Thinking the same way they thought 10 years ago, being the same way they thought 5 years ago. No, things have changed. They're going to constantly change. They're going to constantly evolve. They're going to constantly become something innovative that you probably haven't seen. That's the way of life. And I am out.